What is up, you guys? My name is Samantha Renee with Fandomverse Comics. I'm back with the new releases that will be out this week. So, basically I'm going to dive into some of the comics I collected last week for the Indies and Marvel, and then dive into the rest of the new releases that will be out this week for the Indies and Marvel as well. So, stay tuned. So what is up, you guys? So last week I did happen to get a couple things for myself. When it came to Marvel, the only thing that really caught my interest was the King in Black Gwenom versus Carnage, and I actually really liked that. I don't have a copy because I just read it but I didn't put it in my box, sadly. But that story was awesome. What I thought though, I mean, when I talked about Carnage versus Gwenom, I was expecting that, but the ending was awesome. I was like, who is Carnage? I was definitely like, I'm okay with that. But ones I did actually pick up for myself was Erratic #2 by AWA or AWA, either one of those. But that's right here. Love Erratic. And plus I just love the art style. Something I noticed is that even like when they have all the cars and the homes in the background, like they use real pictures but have a filter over it. So it's definitely a fun read of a little 15-year-old kid who gets powers for only like maybe like 10 minutes at a time, and then he can't use them again until the next day. We have yet to see his actual costume in the book, but I'm pretty sure that's going to show up in the next issue. Another one I did snag for myself was Serial by Terry Moore, which is about a female serial killer. That's all I'm going to say because I can't even say she's a kid, because I don't think she really is a kid. But from the cover, you're assuming it is a kid, and she's dreaming at one point and dreaming of a kid. So I don't know. It gets a little confusing, but I definitely enjoyed the whole black and white comic. There's no color on the inside. And another one I picked up for myself was Homesick Pilots #2. So when I picked this one up, I actually picked up #1 along with it, and so it was my first time reading it, and I loved #1 and 2. This was really good. Definitely a fun read from Image. Not gonna lie, most of their stuff is really good. But let's see, just because like I love the way they do the paneling. And the first one was really dark. This one wasn't as dark. I mean, it had dark topics, but basically it started going with the story of like, I'm guessing this girl, the main character, is gonna be hunting different parts of the house to complete the house in like total. I'm not trying to give anything away of what actually happens in the book because this book did just come out and I'm not really trying to give spoilers. So, final issue of Red Mother. I finally added this to my collection. Some people don't like the way it ended, but I was okay with it. I was like, alright, good job. And while she's trapped in this world, the book is all in red, and I was just loving it. And the big one that was for last week, which I've already talked about, was Haha, and that was another Image comic, the same people who make Ice Cream Man, that dark kind of twisted book. And Ice Cream Man is rumored to pop up in one of these issues, so we will see. But because usually when things are really hyped up, I'm always kind of like very skeptical. I'm like, I'm not gonna like this. No, I actually really did like it. You know, and each of these issues are going to be different, very similar to Ice Cream Man, where every single story, yeah, it's just a different story. So even though I really love the story and I wish it would continue, it's done, and then next issue will be on to something different. So these are all the comics I did collect for myself last week, other than DC. These are the ones I got to snag for myself of Marvel and Indies, but now it's time to dive into the new releases for this week. So I'm going to just start with the ones that people are requesting and ordering at the shop, and then I'm going to dive into some of the #1s we have coming out this week as well. The first one on the list I'm going to talk about is going to be Avengers #41. That'll be out this week. The reason why I want to add this one in here is because there's also an amazing Alien cover that I will share right here. So, after Avengers, I'm going to talk about Black Cat #2. There is a couple awesome covers, but the main reason why this one's being ordered is because you have the anti-venom Black Cat suit in this issue. So it's going to be like the first time seeing this suit, and that's, people love first appearances, first this, first team, first whatever. And then I'll share both of those. Next would be Daredevil #25, which #25 has already came out. This is the second printing, and the reason why this one's kind of a big deal is because the main cover is Elektra on the front as Daredevil, but also there's a 1 in 25 of the reprint with like, how do I say, the design cover, like ratio where it's like side profile, her headshot, things like that. It's the design covers. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you already know. So that's coming out this week. That's probably the one that's ordered the most. Next on my list is going to be King in Black number 3. So this is the main story to King in Black. We have the third one finally here, which is one I'll probably be adding to my collection. I don't add a lot of Marvel, but the King in Black I've been digging, mainly the main story, and I did like Venom versus Carnage last week. For the people who are collecting Once in Future, which is amazing as well, we do have number 15 out. So that one. And we also have the most annoying one, that one that I still have collected but have not had a chance to read. And Scumbag number 5 is already here. I feel like I've been adding these and collecting these, and I'm like, just pause for a second. But 5 is here, and I have not caught up on it. But basically, if you do not know, it's that this mess of a man, this kind of a jerk kind of character, scumbag of a character, is destined to save the world some way or another. This is what I've been told. This is what I've read. I have not had a chance to read it, but that one will be out as well if you are collecting Scumbag number 5. All right, and the next one on my list is going to be Stillwater number 5. I loved the first issue. Haven't had a chance to read the other ones, but if you're loving Stillwater like I am, number 5 is finally here. And the next one on my list is going to be We Live number 4. That will be out. I'm going to share the cover right here for you guys. I'm still obsessed with just the first one, let alone, I mean, I did like the other couple issues that followed it, but the number 1, the fold-out trifold cover, it was just so beautiful to me. I'm not normally only a cover person. I just like to collect what I like, and then if I do see on the side an amazing cover, I'm going to snag it. Yeah, anyways. And the last on my list for this portion of it is going to be X-Force. What number? 16 will be out. I'm going to share those covers right here as well. But now I want to dive into some number 1s because we have a lot of number 1s to discuss and go over. So one that I had no idea was even coming out, but I read the synopsis and I was just like, hopefully I can find one this week and I can add it to my list. And that's going to be I Breathe the Body number 1. That one, let me get my phone. So with this one, this is basically a horror comic about like not just Instagram, social media influencers, big tech companies, and basically I think just social media in general. It's basically a horror comic about that. And when I read the synopsis, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is finally, they did something outside the box. And I was just like, I definitely have to add this to my list. And if you do, I'm going to share the A cover right here because it's kind of disturbing, but at the same time, it makes you curious to how this cover and what this is going to tie into social media and influencers and things like that. I'm just like, I'm here for the ride. So that will be out this week. Next one I want to dive into is going to be About 1973 number 1. So the reason why a lot of people are asking for this one is because it is also made by the same people who made Something's Killing the Children. So that one will be out this week as well. Another one is A Crimson Flower number 1. And that one, let me see. Where is my, okay. Let's see. So we have A Crimson Flower. A woman seeking revenge for the loss of her family stumbles upon a plot by the government to weaponize folk tales and use them to raise children into super assassins. Not really my type of story, but that will be out this week as well. But another big one that I do want to discuss, and if you for the Marvel, let's dive into Iron Fist Heart of the Dragon number 1. So I'm not an Iron Fist fan, but this one, the reason why this is kind of a, it's going to be a 6-issue miniseries, a team up of Iron Fist, Shang-Chi, and the Deadly Weapons. I know a lot of people are digging Shang-Chi right now, so if you're into Shang-Chi, you might want to grab this number 1. Now, outside of the number 1s, let's talk about some covers that I really liked. So if you like Philadelphia, there is a number 12 that will be out this week, and there's 2 covers I have to share right here. There's a Todd McFarlane one that I really love, and there's also a Jason Alexander that is just as creepy and as amazing. So those 2 I'm going to share here. I know I'm a little bit all over the place today, but I wanted to talk about the hot ones, the number ones, and some of the covers. But that's all I want to talk about today. But stay tuned for my next video next week, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh, but before, don't forget to do that social media thing where you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.